point in the whole 9 yards.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for the next edition of Moving Beyond the Coronavirus Economy. My name's Tom Dufour, CEO of Big Sky Franchise Team, and thank you for joining us for another great session. And I'm excited to introduce Mark Waldorf, who's the Vice President and owner of Creative Resources. And he is going to talk about giving your brand a voice for us. And I think his presentation and all of the material he shared has been great. We've actually met over at the International Franchise Association's annual conference, and we connected there for a little bit. And he has ended up working with one of our international clients to help support them with some of their needs. And he will probably talk about that. And so we were speaking, I thought, you know, we have more than one client who it needs services like this, but at least needs to know more about it and how it works. So I'd love, with that being said, I'd love to go ahead and turn things over to you, Mark, to share and get this show going.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. So looking forward to today. And yeah, back in March in San Diego, it was a great trip for us. We had a wonderful conference, probably met some of you there, but that's how Tom and I met, and the conversation continued from there. And I'm already excited about next year's show. So looking forward to that. It's just been a really good opportunity for us. And I know that for every one that we've ran into, they really find the show to be a tremendous value stuff. So, but yeah, so we have things that we're going to talk about today. One being basically, the power of promotional products and how that can help build your brand or build a voice to your brand, if you will. Another thing we'll be talking about is e-commerce solutions. We do a lot of online company stores for franchises as well as other clients. And there's definitely the value and benefits of having an online store and partnering with the right partner as well. And then also we're going to be talking about going green, becoming more green friendly, eco-friendly, if you will. And just kind of reviewing some of those. And there's always, there's so much out there in today's world, sometimes it's difficult to understand what everything all means. And, hopefully take away, maybe some tips on how you might be able to perhaps up your game a little bit in that area. And just have kind of a good discussion. And if you guys have questions, certainly let me know, or we can say those towards the end. However you want to deal with that, Tom, we can do it that way. But why don't we get started? I will actually bring up the presentation and go from there.
Great, thank you.
So absolutely. So I need to share here, huh? So let me see if I know how to do this. So I think it's the screen one. Yeah. And all right, are you guys able to see?
No, I'm not seeing your screen.
You're not seeing the screen. All right, so let's see.
There we go.
Okay. And does this work?
Yep.
All right, technology, right? All right, great. Well, let's get started. Again, as I mentioned, today we're gonna kind of just run through the power of promotional products, our e-commerce solutions for franchisees, as well as a fresh take on going green and the current sustainability trend. First, I'll share a little bit about Creative Resources and who we are and what we do. We are basically a group that is headquartered in Minneapolis. We are a full-service creative agency driven by innovation, design, and quality branded merchandise. We were founded in 1995, and we're headquartered, as I mentioned, in Hopkins, which is actually just outside Minneapolis, with offices also in Texas, Colorado, Virginia, and Florida. We do have a global reach, and we work with many clients that are national, global, as well as local. And so we do and are capable of being accessible to wherever you are in the world. We are a women-owned certified business, and Creative Resources is also a green certified business since 2011. We felt it was important to help do our part in reducing the carbon footprint, and so that was a big decision on our part to become green certified business. We create brand loyalty by connecting your users to your cause or to your product or service. And we're not order takers, but we are strategic partners with our clients, providing the solutions and creating that wow factor. So basically, we're a creative agency that ultimately ends in product. Some things that kind of make, or some things that make us unique. We are top 5 promotional product companies in the US. We are constantly investing in our technologies, such as our ERP system and e-commerce platforms. We do hold weekly product review meetings with our sales team to stay on trend. We also have a global sourcing network. We also have in-house graphics department, a web development and e-commerce department that basically builds all of our pop-up stores and warehouse and fulfillment services. We do provide on-site support. We've done things from going out to corporate headquarters to different companies and setting up a shop, as well as visiting and attending their conferences. We've even done cruise ships, where we work with the largest travel agent consortium for cruise lines, and we've been on many cruise ships for doing little pop-up stores for all their attendees. Our continued commitment to our clients and the environment is actively participating in making a difference in our local and global communities. With that commitment, Creative Resources, we donate and plant a tree through the National Forest Foundation for every order placed. With our clients' help, we've been able to address some of the critical reforestation needs of our national forests. And since we started this program last June, by the end of this past year, we donated and planted over 2,100 trees. And our goal this year is to double that. We're also committed in supporting our customers' community projects and charities by offering like in-kind donations or providing products at cost for specific events for that particular charity event. So another service that we do offer is our Engage Today, which is basically thinking inside the box. What we do is these are a collection of custom curated branded products, really guaranteed to create the wow factor. These are great for employee engagement, onboarding, and welcome kits for new employees or franchisees, customer appreciation, health and wellness, as well as brand and product launches. Some of the ones that we have done, here are just a few examples. Welcome kits, new hire kits, fan appreciation kits. Another one that has been really fun and has been a huge success is our birthday surprise kits. Just really making them feel special with a custom birthday surprise. We can also do these canisters, fill them with some goodies in them, and ship those out just in the canister like you see here. We've also done a lot of boxes and kits for work anniversaries. It really just shows that you appreciate and value not only the employee, but as well as your customers. And then just really to kind of wrap things up, these are just a few of the clients that we do work with. And as you can see, they're from large scale to, some of your local organizations. So that's Creative Resources and a quick 2-second or couple of minute little showcase. But let's move on to the power of promotional products. So 74% of buyers believe that promotional products contributed to campaign success. So companies spend more than $24 billion a year on promotional products. And the use of promotional products increased positive impressions of the brand by 84%. So overall, basically, people love receiving promotional products, and it's going to continue to grow and stay with us for a long time. Buyers rank promotional products highest when compared to other media because promotional products has the ability to achieve long-term memorability at the cost of paying for a single exposure. Also, there's the flexibility to meet all different types of budgets. Products help create a bond audience to the advertiser. They're great for being audience friendly. People love them. And they also help generate traffic at stores, events, trade shows, etc. So the power of promotional products cannot be underestimated. So there are more than 65% of advertisers of promotional products as high as effective in reaching consumers and contributing to brand recall. Promotional products are not seen as a toss-away item anymore. In fact, more than 80% of promotional products are used for more than a year. 83% of the consumers have a favorable impression of the advertiser, and that increases to 88% for millennials. So it definitely increases with our younger generation. Additionally, 8 out of 10 consumers pass along promotional products versus carelessly just tossing them out in the trash. So there is that long-lasting life of promotional products. So promotional products are extremely powerful sales and marketing tools. There are basically top 10 reasons why your business should really consider using them and buying them. And it's important that you're partnering with the right vendor when you're looking at your promotional products. But, promotional products, they're targeted. A newspaper or a radio, goes out to a wide audience, and only some of whom, might be in the market for what you're selling. Whereas with promotional products, you control the distribution, which results in more powerful marketing efforts and a better return on your investment. They're also customizable. There are thousands of promotional products available in a wide range of price points to meet really any budget, theme, or marketing objective. Plus, you get to choose the message, the audience, the colors, and so much more. People keep them. Research, as we just mentioned, they're kept for more than a year, majority, and more than half say that they use promotional products at least once a week or more. In comparison, with that to an ad or a billboard, which gets glanced at once or twice if you're lucky. They're versatile. There are so many ways you can use promotional products, including like thank you gifts, customer loyalty, employee appreciation, trade shows. The list really does go on. And they're very useful. I mean, if you choose a promotional item, recipients will value, and they will use it, and they'll appreciate it frequently. And this results in continued exposure for your brand. They're also memorable. In one study, 88% of those surveyed could remember the advertiser on a promo product they received just in the past 12 months. They also create goodwill. Customers, prospects, your employees, they all appreciate receiving a gift. And something that's useful or a fun promo item creates a positive impression of your company. They boost sales as well. Half the consumers in a study had done, business with an advertiser before receiving a product, and that jumped up to 85% after they did receive a promo product because they did have that information right there in front of them. They also build brand awareness. Whether the recipient keeps the item or passes it along to someone else, every time the product is used, your company name is seen. And it'll lead recipients to think of you the next time they have the need for your product or service. And the number one, reason is people love them. Who doesn't love a gift? Like I had mentioned, 83% of Americans surveyed said they like receiving a promo product with an advertising message, and 48% of those said they would like to receive more product. So it's definitely has a favorable, memorable experience with the recipient. As far as product popularity, you can see here in this graphic, the within a survey, US consumers were asked which promo products they currently owned. And as the graphic reveals here, the t-shirts are number one at 58%, and then followed by drinkware at 53% and outerwear at 50%. So as you can see, product popularity does also dictate location as well. If we're in the northern part, we're in Minneapolis, Minnesota, so it gets cold here. I don't even think we had spring this year. It jumped from winter to basically summer, and now it feels like it's back to winter. And in this next graphic, you'll see, the products that make an impression, as far as, this is telling us here that for bags, this is the top one that, as far as number of impressions, of 5,772. And in this particular study, this is because bags are used so often in public places where they can be seen by many people. And other items that deliver a large number of impressions are writing instruments, hats, outerwear, and t-shirts. As you can see, people love products and they're important to any business. All right, let's move on to e-commerce and company stores. So there are several benefits to an online store, especially to franchisees. The top 8 benefits we feel, are a benefit for an online store would be: they generate consistency with your branding. They help reduce costs and gain control over your budgets and finances. They eliminate stress. They free up your time as well as energy by partnering with the right vendor to handle all that for you. They also boost employee efficiency and motivation. They can also eliminate the need to hold physical inventory at your location. It also provides more control for your business. And the benefit of having a centralized distribution system, that's definitely a key benefit for many of our clients, as well as other companies out there. And then also really to maximize the quality of your promotional products. When you're working with a trustworthy company to manage your online company store for your products, you can trust them to ensure the highest quality is going to be met when it comes to delivering your product and the service, and creating those quality products. And then also finding that strategic partner that can you can fully trust to handle your requirements, providing the best customer service. And that again falls then back onto the quality of product and staying on track of those orders, making sure that they deliver on time. These are all extremely important and necessary in order to find success. And your goal is to basically increase your sales and boost your customer loyalty. And that's exactly what your provider should be helping you with and achieving. Some of the different features that we do offer to our clients, being, as mentioned, technology is important to our customers, and we're constantly reinvesting, in our software and IT, because it's important to our success and growth as well. And so, plus our clients. So our sites are designed to create the best possible user-friendly experience. And we build and maintain all of our sites on premise. So we do not have any third party responsible for any of our sites. So if you have a need or a requirement, we can certainly act on it right away. With some of the features we offer admin dashboards. So any of the franchise orders can certainly see, who's ordering what, so you can set budget limits to each franchisee. You can see real-time inventory. You can also help with the inventory management. We also offer peer-to-peer recognition, which has been very popular. And then we do also print on demand, as well as offer low inventory requirements. And we also offer customer surveys and product reviews and ratings, just to name a few. We also do a lot of uniform programs, and just with branded uniforms, it can really help save time managing them with our employee uniform program. That's easy online ordering. You can do print on demand options, or we also have the very low minimums. It really does depend. If it's a t-shirt or something that's low cost and is used on a constant regular basis, we'll want to probably have some inventory on the shelf versus doing print on demand. But if you have any questions on the e-commerce area, certainly let me know. Feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. So moving on to the whole eco-friendly sustainability world. So as I stated earlier, Creative Resources is a green certified business. And in today's world, more and more people and companies are focusing on sustainability and creating their own program or ways of how they can help reduce the carbon footprint. And what does this all mean? Eco-friendly, green-friendly, sustainability. There are so many new definitions out there right now on various things. And I'm going to go through just a few of them just so that you have a better understanding of what those might mean, such as biodegradable. Items like paper or food waste that will eventually break down into their basic components and return to the earth. In terms of environmental benefits, the best biodegradable material will break down quickly rather than taking years. It also leaves nothing harmful behind and saves landfill space. The carbon footprint, the total amount of greenhouse gas emissions, such as carbon dioxide and methane, from the production, use, and disposal of a particular product or service. So basically, your carbon footprint is your total output of greenhouse gas emissions. So when we drive and travel, when we heat our homes, whether it's oil or gas, or with electricity, which is generated by fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gas. And even when we purchase goods that are farmed, manufactured, or shipped, greenhouse gases are emitted into the environment. Excuse me. The average American has a carbon footprint of 16 tons, which is one of the highest in the world. Globally, the average carbon footprint is closer to 4 tons. So lowering individual carbon footprints from 6 tons to 2 tons doesn't happen overnight. But making small changes to our actions, such as taking, fewer or less long showers, or eating less meat, taking fewer connecting flights, drying your clothes outside on the clothesline can really start making a big difference. Excuse me. So moving on to carbon neutral. When a person or company becomes carbon neutral, that means their output of greenhouse gases has a net neutral effect on the environment, often because they've offset it through various means. You've probably seen big brands announce that they're carbon neutral goals, such as like Netflix. They plan to achieve their net zero greenhouse gas emissions by the end of this year. Facebook and Apple have set dates for 2030, and then Amazon is aiming for 2040, Coca-Cola 2050. So all these companies are really trying to focus on being carbon neutral. There's also the term carbon offset. This is where businesses and governments and even individuals can pay someone else to cut greenhouse gases from the atmosphere, whether by investing in solar or wind energy, planting trees, restoring rainforests, or some other means. This particular area, the buyers then get the credit for this reduction, helping to zero out their emissions. But there is some controversy on this whole method. But it's becoming a big multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's something that is going to remain growing, if you will. Compostable. So product that can decompose into non-toxic neutral elements at a rate similar to other organic materials. So compostable products should not be recycled, nor should they be thrown in the trash, since such products require special conditions to biodegrade that aren't necessarily found in a landfill. You can take them to facilities that specialize in composting, or sometimes add them to your home compost pile. And another term that I'll just share with you is the cradle to cradle design. This is when brands design products with their end of life cycle in mind. So it's trying to figure out ways from the very beginning of the product's life cycle to how they can keep them out of the landfill, whether it's through reuse, composting, or recycling. So basically, it's really creating a sophisticated life cycle assessment for products that are being developed. And as far as the top 5 sustainability challenges for a small company, becoming a sustainable business does require some investment in time and money. And there are challenges in implementing a sustainability program, but all of them can be overcome with the right strategy, tactics, and approach. Some of the top 5 sustainability challenges we see would be lack of funding. The most common is the lack of funding. You want to go green, but I don't have the money. So going green doesn't actually need to cost that much. In fact, being greener is often more about being more efficient, lowering your energy usage, reducing your waste, all of which can save you money. And you can start small with recycling, in the office, eliminating plastics, bringing in reusable drinkware for all your employees, composting, efficient lighting, more efficient appliances. And then, as time goes on, you can move on to bigger projects, such as going perhaps all electric or using green energy, and upgrading to solar power, perhaps. And in some states, you can get tax credits or grants to offset your costs. Some states even provide free green products such as LED lights. And then, another area would be, I guess, the second most common concern is lack of time. I want to go green, but I just don't have the time. And going green does not have to be so time consuming. Think of it as a journey, and just, spend a few hours a month dedicated to green initiatives. And that can really make a huge difference. Going to green energy may be simple as changing your energy provider or signing up for a green energy program or offering. The journey is just not for you. It's the entire business, including your employees. So, you could spread the workload so you're not doing all of it yourself. I know, with us, we certainly have made one change, and we were very paper heavy. And so we have now created a digital file cabinet. So we have really cut back on all of our printing. In last year, I think we saved about 88,000 pieces of copy paper because of being, I guess, more digitally friendly in terms of a file cabinet. So you can make big changes, and that's saved on toner, on copy charges, copy paper, and it really does add up. So employee pushback is probably the third most common concern. We often hear from, leaders, I don't want to put more stress on the employees. And I get that. I mean, that's understandable. Everybody's got a lot on their plate, but in fact, I think most employees we find don't view green projects as work. Most employees see green projects as a break from the everyday stress and a chance to do something impactful, a chance to protect the environment. And in most cases, employees will be the ones actually pushing business owners to do more related to the environment and social responsibility. So going green and becoming sustainable is actually a chance to kind of improve the culture and build morale. It's a chance to engage your employees, and recognize your employees that are actually giving back and helping out. So it can become kind of a reward program, if you will. The fourth common concern would be prioritization. Where do you start and how do you do it? There's so much out there online in terms of resources, or joining a green business organization can certainly help. But there are tons of getting started guides, tips, plans for sustainability that already are out there and exist. So there are dozens of small initiatives, that are related to your business operations, such as office space, travel, energy, that, can really help begin implementing, and that are very low cost and effort for you to get started on that. And I guess the fifth would be greenwashing. And greenwashing is, basically stating more than what you actually are doing. So customers, may say, we don't really understand what you're doing, or we don't, see the value. And for businesses to basically say, we're doing more of this, or they're exaggerating, if you will. So basically, it's just really important to walk the walk and actually be greener, and make sure you can back up your efforts. Green business, goes hand in hand with good business, and the journey can be exciting. It can be fulfilling. I really love the fact that you can engage your employees, let them drive the cause. And it's also a huge benefit in protecting the planet and fighting the climate change, which is everyone's responsibility, not just the major corporations. And working together, millions of small businesses, we can make a huge difference. And it just takes time and, just a little effort. So, but I think that there is definitely lots of opportunity out there. And just a few fun facts, the top sustainable product searches on Google in 2021 were hand soap, cleaning products, engagement rings, swimwear, razors, which is all quite interesting. But 113% increase in searches for sustainable products in March this year compared to the same time last year. And more people of all generations are willing to spend more money on green friendly type products. And there's benefits of, marketing with your business. Green and good business go hand in hand, like I mentioned. And in terms of marketing, you can win more bids. I know gaining employees, the labor force is difficult right now, and there's a lot of people out there that, want to work for a company that is giving back or is doing something to, make a difference in the world. Attracting customers. I know just our planting a tree for every order has been a huge hit with our customers. And, it helps build a strong brand reputation and a purpose. So that is really about it in regards to what I wanted to present to you today. If anyone has any questions, I'm certainly happy to take those questions now and go from there. But I do appreciate it.
Great. Thank you, Mark. That was great. Really appreciate it. I know we've had several folks on and some folks that closed out here recently. So I will open it up. If anyone's on that wanted to ask a couple questions, feel free to type it into the chat box or raise your hand and we can unmute you so you can go ahead and ask that live while we have Mark here. Mark, I would just ask one question in terms of launching this kind of an initiative of trying to pay attention to your I guess corporate social responsibility to a certain extent, giving back to the community, and focusing on the environment. What led you guys just to want to go ahead and do that? Was there anything outside of just, it seems to be a trend that's going on? What was a driver for you?
I think for us, it was because of the industry that we're in, there's a lot of product, and we're doing a lot of products for our customers. And so we want to help reduce any waste if possible, and so really providing options to our clients that are eco-friendly as well as sustainable. And I mean, that can be reusable, recyclable, instead of doing a plastic cup, let's talk about doing, perhaps a tumbler that will get more use, be more appreciated and valued, and won't be tossed away and stuff. And that can be reused over and over again and stuff. And a lot of it also came from my business partner and I, Karen. We just, even at our homes, we've always kind of wanted to, we've been composting. I've been composting at my house for years, just throwing it back into the garden and, going that way. But it's really been a lot of personal as well as, the industry that we're in. We're just trying to kind of reduce the overall carbon footprint, if you will.
Great. Well, thank you again so much. And for franchisors or even any business that might be interested in purchasing promotional products or maybe launching their own company product, branded products website through what you're doing, how can they get a hold of you? What's the best way to stay in touch, get in touch with you, and just have an initial conversation?
Yeah, absolutely. You can certainly reach out to me. You can go to our website, which is acreativeresource.com, or you can email me at mark@acreativeresource.com. And Tom, I did put together kind of like a little one-page capabilities for us that I'll send to you, and you can certainly send out to everyone that's participated on the call, or just to all of your clients.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. That'll be perfect. I'll see if we can, when we get this reposted, we'll publish this up on YouTube, and we'll get this published on our website. So when we do that, I'll talk to our web folks. I'm sure there's a way they can attach that too, so that there can be a tie into the download link as well.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Great.
Excellent.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate it. And to all of those that tuned in, and appreciate your time being here. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, and we look forward to having you back next week, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.